Hey everybody, this is Glenn and welcome to Glenn's Q-Town Eats, your source for good recipes and good eats. It's almost the 4th of July, so I want to do something a little patriotic, so I'm going to make what I call a patriotic straw cake, and I'll explain by the straw later. You'll see what that means. We're going to do this in kind of 3 steps. So this is just going to be a red, white, and blue type cake that we're going to make using strawberries, blueberries. So let's get started with the ingredients. Okay, let's go through the ingredients for the cake part of it. We're going to need 1 cup of whole milk, which I have here measured out. We're going to need 6 large egg whites. We're not going to use the egg yolks, we're using the egg whites because we don't want our cake to be a yellow cake. We want it to be a white cake. So the egg whites make it white, the yolks would make it more yellow. We need 2 tablespoons, I should say 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. I got this out in Lancaster, which is, I guess, Pennsylvania Dutch or Amish company that makes this. Let's see what we got here. We got flour. We're going to need 2 1/4 cups of what I'm using is cake flour. And the reason I'm using cake flour is because regular flour or bread flour has gluten in it. And gluten causes a crust. We don't want that. We want this to be a airy, light cake. Now, we don't want like a heaviness in it. So this cake flour you can get at any store is better for when you're making cakes. So try to use that if you can. We need baking powder. We're going to need salt, which I have here. And we're going to need 12 tablespoons of butter cut into tablespoons. So it would be 12 and 4. So it'll be 16 tablespoons of butter here. So that's what we need. Keep that cool. The milk and the egg white should be at room temperature if you can. First thing I'm going to do is prepare my oven, and I'm going to have it on the middle rack, and I'm going to preheat it to 350 degrees. So let's get that going. Okay, in a 2-cup measuring cup I have here, I have my 1 cup of milk, my 6 egg whites, and my 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and I'm just going to stir that till they're all incorporated here. Be careful because it's kind of up to the top, and if you stir too fast, you're going to have it all over the place. So just be careful when you stir that. So let me do that. Okay, in my stand mixer, I have a paddle attachment. I have my dry ingredients. I have my 2 1/4 cups of flour. I have my 1 3/4 cup of sugar. I have my 1 tablespoon of baking powder and 1 teaspoon of salt here. And I'm just going to put that in, and I'm going to give that like a stir just until it's all incorporated. Probably about 5 seconds or so. 1, 2, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. Good. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my butter as this is going along, 1 piece at a time. So we'll get this on here, and then we'll just add the butter 1 piece at a time here. The butter's still slightly chilled, it's not soft. So. Okay, this is time, zoom this out. I'm not going to make you sit here and watch me put the rest of this butter in here. You know what I'm doing. Alright, so the butter's mixed in there. And I'm just going to turn this up just a little bit. I don't want it too hard because that flour will go all over the place. And I'm just going to mix it so it looks like that butter's kind of in pea size, what do they call that? Little pea sizes. So I'm going to turn this back down because it's flattering all over the place. It's getting there. So it's going to take a couple seconds here. But I'll show you what I mean by the pea size in a second. You want that butter just to and the flour just to come together, and it's almost like a pie dough, but it's not a pie. It's gonna be a cake. All right, let's see what that looks like. All right, so we'll take it up here, and I'm just gonna get the bottom up here and kind of get in there with my fingers and make sure everything's away from the bowl here, and then we're going to put it on again. and take a look at that. All right, let's go down again. Just another second or so. I think that looks great. All right, now let me show you what I mean by the pea-sized dough here. So if I pull this out here, you can see like these pieces here. I think kind of pea sizes, so that's good. I'm gonna go just a slight bit more. I'm not overly happy with this yet, so it's getting there. All right, let me go to the next step here. All right, the next step we're going to do here is I have my milk, egg, vanilla mixture, and I'm just going to re-stir it just to get all those things reincorporated. That might have settled to the bottom here. Like I said, I just want to be very careful here. And that looks really good now, that dough here, so. Let's see. So I'm going to pour half of this mixture in there. So I have about 2 cups, close to 2 cups. It looks like, yeah, 2 cups. So I'm going to do it down to a cup in there. Let's see where we are here. A little bit more, and a little bit more. That should do it. No, you got a little bit more in there. All right, try it again. All right. A tiny bit more, like that. There we go, now we're good. So we'll mix that up. You can see it's coming to a batter. Now that all the stuff is mixed in, I'm going to turn it up and I'm going to heat it for about 30 seconds until that becomes really light in color. So we'll let that go for 30 seconds here. Again, no need to keep you on and watch this for 30 seconds, so we'll be back. All right. See how that changed color a bit? See how the dark and the light in there is? You can see the difference here, right? So what I'm going to do now, turn it back down to slow, and I'm going to add the rest of the milk here. And we're going to beat on this until about 15 seconds. It's going to look a little, what's the word I'm trying to think? Lumpy? I don't know. But that's okay. We just want to get that incorporated in here. So. There we go. I'm good with that. All right. Okay, I have 2 9-inch pans here, and I have these mats that go in there. They're called slip pats, and they're for 9-inch cake. So I'm just going to slip those in there, and that's going to be much easier and help me get it out without sticking to the bottom. But I'm still going to butter it. So I'm going to take some butter here and throw it in there, and throw that one in there. And I'll show you how to do this one. I just kind of take that butter and swirl it around on this mat here and get in the corners here, you know, and make sure it's all in there. And then once I get that, I'm going to take a little bit more here, and I'm going to go around the top here. So because this could stick too, you know, as you're taking it out. So you want to get it nice and greased up, so that cake doesn't stick in there at all. All right, I'm gonna do the other pan and we'll come back. And lastly, just as another extra precaution, I'm just gonna spray some Pam baking in there. Again, this has flour in there, so it kind of helps to non-stick. So we'll spray this in there and we'll spread that around as well. I gotta get another one, I'm running out of this one, so. But, okay, let me get that in there and we'll come back. Okay, next thing I want to do is I have a scale here, and I'm just gonna put this on top. It's a 8 cup measuring cup, and I'm gonna zero it out there, so you can see that it's zeroed out. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this in here. Let me move this a little forward here. Get this up. There we go. And the spatula is scraped this way. Looks good. Okay. All right. Scrape that off there, get all that in there. All right, good. Just take this, I'm gonna give it a little bang here, get it, maybe get it all as much as I can off here. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour this into there. We're going to have a measurement of what this batter weighs here. So let's do it that way here. So we'll pour it right into here. And I'll show you the reason I'm doing this in a second. Like I said, this is a good cake to make on the 4th of July. You'll see why in a little bit. So, but it does take a few steps, but it's not a hard cake to make. All right. All right. Get this in the sink here. All right, let's go here. So, all right, so we have 42.5 ounces of the batter here. So if we divide that in half, we should have, what, 21, around 21. So that's good, close enough. So what I want to do here is I want to put my first cake batter down, zero that out, and I'm going to fill this to 21. Almost there at 18, 19, 20. There we are. Almost there. All right, 21.3, 21.5, good. I'm good with that. All right, get this on here and zero that out. And then this should be 21.5 as well when I scrape everything out of here. So let's get that all scraped out. $18, $19, $19, $20, $21, almost $21. And we still got a little more in here, so let's get all this out here. 20.4. We're almost there, I promise. All right. Good, all right. Get all this off this thing here. And we're at 21 there. Oh, close enough, okay. Good. All right, so the next thing I wanna do is take this scale away. And I gotta clean that a little bit. And I'm just gonna tap this down, get some air bubbles out, even it out. Same thing with this one. Perfect. Okay, the oven has been preheated. It's at 350, middle rack. I'm gonna put these in the oven for about 20 minutes. After 10 minutes, I'm just gonna rotate them. So if I have them like that, I'm gonna just turn it like that. So let me get this in the oven. We'll see you in 20 minutes. Okay, the oven's off. So we're gonna get these cakes out of here. That's been 20 minutes now. And let's see what they look like. They should be lightly golden. Ooh, that's hot. Yep, perfect. There's one. And there's two. Perfect. Okay, we're gonna let these cool for about 10 minutes, so, and then we'll try to invert them and get them out of the pans here and let them cool down the rest of the way. Okay, let's see here. I'm gonna try to invert these, so let me grab a plate here. So as you can see, I have two racks here that help cool things because the air comes from the bottom and it cools, it doesn't make it soggy. So the first thing I'm gonna do is grab my cake here, and I'm just gonna turn it over here. hopefully it comes right out. Oh, beautiful, okay. And even the slip mat. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this piece here. I'm gonna turn it over like that. There we go. Okay, so we got our first cake done. Let's do the same thing with the second one. So, got our cake, plate, turn, open. Alright, peel that off. These in the sink. And then we're going to do this again with the there we go. Huh? We got it. Okay, good. Perfect. It's a little sticky there, but that's okay. You can eat that. Alright. Let's get this off. So I'm going to let these cool down completely. Probably another 10-15 minutes. Okay, over here I have 1 cup of blueberries, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and 3/4 cup of water. And here I have 1 1/4 cup of hulled strawberries, 1/2 cup of water, and 2 tablespoons of sugar. So I'm going to let them go and break down a little bit, and we'll come back and see what they look like. So as you can see, I covered them, and I'm just going to give them a stir here. And I'm going to go about 8 minutes on medium heat. So let's get these up to medium a little bit here. And like I said, we'll come back when they break down. Okay, while these strawberries and blueberries are breaking down a little bit, I'm going to take a straw. And this, remember, right before I said this straw cake, this is where the straw comes in. It wasn't like hay straw. So I'm going to take this and right down the center, I'm going to make a, I put these back in the pan now that they cool down, and you'll see why, but I'm kind of just making a hole in the middle here of both of these. Okay, that's the first hole. Okay, so I want 25 holes in here, so I'm going to put one here. I'll just do one cake and I'll do the other later. You got to make sure you get that hole big enough in there, so you can, and you'll see why later. So you know, like I said, I'm just kind of moving the straw around, making it bigger. So let me finish this up and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so you can see what the cakes look like now with the holes in there. Like I said, there's about 25 of them. Make your own pattern if you want, and like I said, make them fairly big. I'll probably go back and redo these before again and make them bigger, but this is what they look like. Okay, now that the blueberries have been softened and the strawberries, I'm going to pour them into this mesh strainer here, and we're going to push out all the solids here. Ooh, be careful there. All right, there's the stain, so. All right, let me get a paper towel here before. All right, just clean that up a little bit here. All right, good. So I'm going to grab a wooden spoon, and I'm just going to squeeze the juices out of these soft blueberries here, and let that go. Now I'm going to do the same process with the strawberries. So let me get the strawberries, and we'll come right back. All right, we're going to do the same thing with these strawberries, but I'm going to be a little more careful when I pour these in. How's that? There we go. That's a lot better. Okay. Get this in the sink and get some water in there. I'm using a potato masher, and I'm just going to mash all these down and get all those liquids out. I did the same thing with the blueberries. So, let's go here. Alrighty, almost there. Try to get as much of that juice out as you can, because that's what's going to make the cake. Trying to get this off here. Not cooperating. Alright. I think we got about the same. Let's see. All right. Got all that out? Good. Perfect. Now, to each of these, I have to grab something. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. So what I have here is gelatin, flavored gelatin. So I have berry blue that I'm going to use in the blue, and they're going to use 2 tablespoons of that. And for the strawberry, I'm using strawberry gelatin. I'm going to use 1 tablespoon. So let me get 2 tablespoons of this, 1 tablespoon of the strawberry into here, into the strawberry, and 2 tablespoons of the berry blue into the blueberry. This is going to do 2 things. It's going to thicken it up, and it's also going to add a little flavor and color to it. So let's sit here and get a spoon here. And we'll give these a mix, and we're going to let them sit and cool down for about 15 minutes. And we'll come back in 15 minutes. Okay, I have my strawberry one here. So we're going to do the first tape with strawberry, and what I want to try to do is, at least at first, get into the holes as little as possible, like such, until those holes are filled. You can go over, it's fine. Because we're going to pour the rest over the cake. But I just want to make sure all these holes get filled first. See what I'm doing? It's good. And then we're probably going to redo them because as it settles, you know, when things settle, they go down a little bit. So we'll just make sure we're going over the holes here and refilling them. Like I said, now you can just kind of go over them. We're going to be pouring the rest over this. Just making sure all these holes are filled. All right, I think they're all filled, so we can just go right around like that. Look at that. All right, let that go down. And I'm going to do the blueberry one now. Okay, so what I did was I took some plastic wrap and I put it right over the cake here and pressed down lightly on it. And I'm going to put these in the refrigerator for at least 3 hours now. All right, let's start with the whipped cream. I have 2 cups of heavy cream that are chilled here, and I'm going to pour that into a big bowl. All right, over here I'm going to use, just to give it a little sweetener, I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of confectioner sugar. So let's get that out of here. There's 1, 2, and then I need some vanilla extract. Okay, and I added 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So I'm just going to start this out slow here, so I don't splatter it all over the place. And just give this a whisk in here, and once it starts to thicken up, we can turn the speed up a little bit, but like again, I don't want to be cleaning up milk and confectioner sugar stuff to the counter here. So that's a good sign when it starts bubbling like that. See it thickening it up already, which is good. These are what we're going to use to frost the cake with, so. Alright, let's turn it up a little bit and see what happens. There we go, not too bad. Alright, you get the gist. I'm not going to sit here and maybe watch me whip whipped cream for about 5 minutes, so We'll come back when it's done. All right, I think we're almost done. We've got a nice whipped cream here. We don't want to turn that anymore. We might turn it to butter. But no, this is a nice peak here that we can use to decorate. So let me get this going and we'll come back with the cakes. Okay, we're going to start with the blueberry one. So here we got the cake here. And let me just throw this out. Yes, I do. Okay. I have a plastic knife. I never use metal in my dishes here, in my non-stick cookware. So I get a plastic knife. I'll throw that back there. And I'm just going to go around the edge to make sure it's loosened up here. See that? Right there, it's all tight, so it wouldn't come out if I did that and we have a messed up cake. So, all right. So what I'm going to do is invert this onto a wire rack here, and hopefully again it comes out nicely. I'm hoping. All right. It's not, so we're going to go around the edges a little bit more and kind of get underneath there as well. So I'm going to loosen this up a little bit. All right, let's try this again. That there. You might have to shake it a little bit. It will come off. It's just very wet now. I bet this will work, but we'll see. There we go. Look at that, beautiful. Okay. Okay, with this whipped cream made about 4 cups. So we're going to use about 1 cup here. And we're going to put it right on top of the cake there. And we're going to give that a spread around here. Look at that. Just spread that right around, almost to the edge. And until an even layer here. So, again, I'm not the most decorative person. I can bake, I could cook, but when it comes to decorating, I can't. I'm not that good. So it doesn't have to be perfect because you're gonna lay a cake on top of this anyway. But let me just get this off and spread this around. There we go. Okay. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with this cake here, except I'm going to go onto a platter here first. Not a platter, but a, what do you call that? Let me get this down here. Bang this out here. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, get that up. Now, we're going to lift this up gently and place this right on top of that cake. Excellent. I'm going to wash my hands if you give me a second here. All right. Now we're going to use the remaining whipped cream and we're going to decorate the top of it. Okay, I'm going to decorate the cake here now. Not finished decorating, so I'm going to get the rest of the whipped cream and we're going to see how we fare on this. So let's do this here. Get all this whipped cream off here and get it right on top of the cake here. See how I can get it all out here. Like I said, I'm not the best cake decorator, so let's see how this works out. We've got a little bit more in here in case we need to fill in the sides, etc. So we'll just kind of spread this around. And we'll go around here. And we'll go around the sides. Let's see. Let me get a one of these here. Put it down so we can do this here. Yeah, this is looking good. Not bad, I should say. Not great, not bad.
Oh, lost some. But we'll get some off here. A little on top here, so. Got more in here. There we go. And we'll just finish it off here. And like I said, we'll come down here, get all this in here, come around here. All right, now we can finish it off. Like I said, I'm gonna smooth this top off here, come down here. I should really have a cake plate, but I don't have it, so I'm just gonna work around here like this. There we go, this is working out good. There's. Let's take this and lift this up a little bit. Come around here. Let's work on this side here. Yeah. Again, presentation is not my forte, so. All right. Get a little bit down there. And, all right, we're getting there. Bear with me. There we go. Okay, I think we're good here. Got most of it covered. So what I'm going to do is just try kind of make waves in there. Bring it up. See that? All right, good. All right. Now that I made a big mess, we can cut it open and see what it looks like. Okay, let's take a piece out of here. Got my cake cutter here. I'm just gonna dig right into there. I'm gonna turn a little bit and make a nice piece here. And I'm hoping this comes out nicely. All right, look at that. That's it, patriotic cake. What do you think? Looks good enough to eat, doesn't it? Well, thanks for joining me today and checking out my patriotic cake for the 4th of July. Again, take a look at it from this angle here. Pretty nice. It turned out nice. I like it. It's got some good fruits in it, some strawberries and blueberries. So, again, thanks for watching. And if you liked what you see, please hit that subscribe button and subscribe to my channel, and you'll be updated whenever I do a new video or there's updates, etc., etc. And I wanted to thank you for watching. I said that 3 times. But I leave you with this from the book of John, verse 6:25, I believe it is. And Jesus said, I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never hunger. And whoever believes in me will never thirst. God bless until we meet again.